Good evening. The Prime Minister has finally unveiled his blueprint for the nation's security, confirming 12 new submarines will be built as part of a huge increase in defence spending. But the detailed document fails to spell out if Adelaide shipbuilder will get the vital subs contract.
The words our naval shipbuilders and the state government have waited to hear.
Building a new force of 12 regionally superior submarines, doubling the size of our current fleet.
The Defence White Paper finally clarifying the size of the future subs program and how they'll be built.
We will be implementing a rolling acquisition program for Australia's submarine fleet.
Well, today is an unambiguous win for South Australia.
The subs deal just part of the new plan. The budget's massive, rising from $32 billion in 2016-17 to just on $58 billion in 2025-26, reaching 2% of GDP in 2021 ahead of schedule. In a decade, defence spending will reach $448 billion.
An investment in peace and stability.
There'll be 2,500 new troops and an emphasis on intelligence gathering and cyber security.
Cyber attacks are a real and present threat to the ADF's warfighting ability.
The paper identifies 6 potential threats, including continuing risk of terror attacks here and overseas and China's impact on regional stability, with a firm though not provocative reminder to end its build-up in the South China Sea.
We are broadly supportive of the Defence White Paper.
Amid the $195 billion to be spent on new hardware, a further recommitment that Osborne will be home to the $30 billion future frigate program.
South Australia has the majority of shipbuilding in Australia.
The Premier heralding the shipbuilding about face.
About 18 months ago, we were talking about not a continuous shipbuilding industry, not even a continuous submarine building industry. We're talking about a submarine building industry that may be occurring overseas.
But behind the wind, there's still too much uncertainty for our shipbuilding workforce.
Live now to Rory McLaren at Osborne. Rory, plenty of promises in that white paper, but we're still lacking some vital details.
We certainly are, Brenton. While we finally got a number today, the white paper didn't exactly detail if the future subs would be built here at Osborne. Now, there was also no indication whether Adelaide would win the offshore patrol vessel contract either. Now, the OPV deal is being seen by both industry and the state government as vital to maintaining the workforce here at Osborne until the future frigate program starts in 4 years' time.
They're the ones most desperate to know where our next offshore patrol vessels and submarines will be built.
The workers out there down at ASC in particular are living on a knife edge at the moment.
The jobs of some 1,400 workers at Osborne hinge on a decision on where 12 OPVs will be constructed. ASC management has warned the workforce could plummet to just 100 if it doesn't get the contract.
We're in limbo. It's hard to work at the moment, not knowing your future, so hopefully something comes out of it.
The sooner that the parties can get together and get things sorted out, it's a win-win for everybody.
It was hoped today's federal government white paper would reveal a firm location. Instead, South Australia remains locked in heated battle with WA for the multi-billion-dollar project, which would fill the void before the confirmed construction of 9 frigates begins at Osborne.
Make no mistake about it, unless the offshore patrol vessels are built in South Australia in the lead up to the frigates in 2020, you will have a valley of death.
It makes perfect sense for the OPVs to be built in Adelaide, but we're clearly not there yet. We need to argue that case.
There are deep concerns Adelaide could still miss out on the construction of 12 submarines. Germany, France and Japan have tendered for the contract and could either build overseas or in Australia, or a combination of the two. It's likely we won't know for certain where these submarines are going to be built for several months yet, when the findings of the competitive evaluation process are finally released.
We have the capability, we have the workforce, we have the infrastructure. All we need is the commitment from the government.
We've come this far with the campaign and we're not going to let go yet.
Eddie Godfrey, 9 News.